Saskia, it's a pleasure to meet a fellow Japan enthusiast like you who wants to share the Japanese culture around the world.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for this opportunity today.
Thank you for asking me.
You were born in the Netherlands, it's a country many thousand miles away from Japan. What motivated you to come to Japan, and how and when did you become interested in the Japanese culture?
It all started with watching animes and playing Japanese games around 9 years ago. A friend of me, he introduced me to anime and manga and stuff. And yeah, I really got interested in it because I think the language, it sounds really beautiful. And because of that, I started to listen to Japanese music as well.
Oh, great.
And yeah, after a while, I really got curious, like, what is Japan like really like? And yeah, I went to Japan about 8 or 7 years ago for the first time, and then I discovered, like, okay, Japan is not all about anime and games and stuff. It's also about, like, traditional culture and the food. Especially the food is very important in Japan.
Oh yeah, it's very
and I fell in love with the people because they're so extremely friendly and they have such good manners. And yeah, I really love Japan for how it's a really safe country, how you can fall asleep in the train and they won't steal your luggage and stuff like that.
And do you have any special food you like most?
Well, I really love sushi and sashimi, and I'm also a really big fan of udon. It's like a very thick version of noodles, and you can get all different kinds of udon, but I just like the basic one. That's my favorite. Because it's like really cheap and like really tasty.
Yeah. On the web you are known as Nagato Pyon and are famous for your dance videos. And yeah, was there something special that motivated you to do these videos, or some anime which inspired you the most?
Well, when I started to listen to Japanese music, I also discovered some J-pop and stuff by watching YouTube videos, and then suddenly I saw some girls like dancing to J-pop and anime songs and stuff like that, and I was like, oh, this is actually like pretty fun. And first I was like starting conversations with them because it's like really interesting to know people from all over the world who are all like loving Japan and loving the music and stuff like that, so it's a really good way to interact with people with the same passion as you, so that's what I really like about it. And then I was like, oh yeah, well, maybe I should try it as well, not to become like a professional dancer or something, not to become an idol, but just because it's like really fun and I can express myself and my love for Japan that way. So
oh yeah, that's great.
That's how it all started. Yeah.
In one of your interviews you mentioned that you have a figurine collection, around 300 figures, and do you still remember number one?
Yes, yes, I still remember number one. I received about 9 years ago from the same friend who introduced me to anime. I received like a really tiny, cute little anime character keychain.
Oh.
It was Radiant Rose from Digicharat. It's like a girl with pink hair and large rabbit ears. And I really love rabbits, so I was like, oh my god, this is so cute. And well, it's still very special to me because the person is really special to me, and it was the starting of all the things I really love right now, like Japan and anime and stuff. So yeah, it's still important for me, and it's so important for me that I even brought it with me to Japan, even though I had like I don't have much luggage space or whatever. So most of my figures are still in my own country at some friends and family's house, just waiting for my return one day. But that figure, yeah, I took it along with me because yeah, I really love it. And
it's one of the greatest treasures. So you have other figures you like the most, like your favorite figures in your collection?
I really like the anime called Garden of Sinners, Kaga no Kyokai in Japanese, and the main character is called Shiki. It's a woman like dressed in a kimono, and she has like special superpowers to slash people, but like only bad people and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that anime. So her figures are like pretty difficult to get because there weren't made that much of them, that many of them, and they're pretty expensive as well. So it took some time to collect those because I don't want to order it online. I wanted to buy it in Japan so I could see the figure with my own eyes if it was like it's not a fake, or if the condition is like really good, and also the condition of the box, because that's important to me as well. I really like the artwork on the box, so the box should be perfect as well.
Yeah.
So it took some while to find like all the big figures of her. Well, there was one released like recently, but first there were only like 3 big figures of her.
Okay.
And yeah, I think after a search of 1.5 years, I finally got all 3 of them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I really like them. Yeah, they're really special to me.
I presume that you travel a lot to places like Akihabara. Do you have any special insider information for people who also want to look for the best places around Akihabara?
Well, most people who come to Akihabara for the first time, they know shops like Gamers or Mandarake and K-Books and stuff like that, because they're like pretty famous shops. But I would recommend you to go to the back alleys, because there are lots of small shops over there, and they sell like second-hand figures and stuff for even better prices than at Mandarake or K-Books. Because first Mandarake and K-Books, the prices over there were like pretty good, but now it's like so well known that they put the prices a little bit up.
Oh, yeah.
Still, of course, it's cheaper than like buying figures new and stuff. But I prefer buying them secondhand, because Japanese people are like really, how do you say it? They really protect their figures and the boxes as well. So even if you buy it secondhand, it looks like new. So I would definitely recommend you to go to secondhand shops in the back alleys and just search around and get your favorite figures over there.
And most time you don't even recognize it, it's secondhand. It looks like
you just see like a shop with like some boxes outside and inside, and most of the time shops are like really, how do you say it? It's really small shops and lots of stuff in there. You can't barely walk.
Oh, yeah.
Those places are the best.
How's living here as a foreigner in general? Do you have any difficulties in the beginnings? What would be like tips from people who also would like to live in a big city like Tokyo in the future?
I think the most important thing is that you really interact with Japanese people. And I know this sounds like really how do you say, normal thing to do, but I figured out that it's like, sometimes it's really difficult, especially in the beginning, because you're here and you hardly don't even know anyone around you. So when you go to study Japanese, you have people in your class who speak English as well, so it's easy for you to talk to them, and that makes it easy to stuck in the same group in which you always speak English with each other, and you only hang around with people from other countries who speak English instead of speaking Japanese with Japanese people, because you stay in your safety zone. But I should really recommend you to just go to random Japanese bars or to small restaurants, or just even when you're waiting for a train, just talk to a Japanese person and just start a small talk conversation. And because you will notice that if you speak to Japanese people a lot, that your grammar and your vocabulary will get like really good that way, and which is also a good thing. I also think you should live not in an apartment by yourself, but you should go to a share house or like a guest house or like a dormitory with like all Japanese people, because then you really have to interact with them. And it makes it really interesting, because they really want to talk to you, because you're a foreigner, and that's interesting, so you can talk about each other's culture, and you can learn a lot, not only the language, but also cultural aspects.
What were the most amazing or craziest moments you experienced in Japan?
One thing I really liked when I was there was that when it's summer in Japan, you have like festivals everywhere, right? And they also have like a traditional to carry like a very big portable shrine. It's called a mikoshi. And then you see all those people carrying this really heavy portable shrines. They're like incredibly heavy. You can't just wear it with like 10 people or something. It's really heavy. So it's not very common for foreigners to join carrying the mikoshi as well. But luckily, like 1.5 years ago, I had the chance to actually carry the mikoshi as well.
Oh, great!
With the Japanese people, so that was like really awesome. They gave me like the traditional clothing, and we all carried the mikoshi together.
Was it heavy or?
Yeah, it was really heavy, and because I'd never done it before, so there is some kind of special rhythm. And you have to hold it, it's like whoosha, 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 and they all move like this. And when you don't have the good rhythm, when you don't, like me, because it was the first time, I was going in the opposite direction. So every time they went up, I went down. And because of that, the purple shrine was just coming on my shoulder like all the time, and it really hurt it. But after a few minutes, I got used to it.
Yeah.
So,
and you joined the rhythm. Then.
Yeah. But it was like really amazing because you don't get a chance that often, and they were all like so friendly, and even though I'm a foreigner, they really didn't mind that, and it was just like actually
that's great. And do you have any plans, like what you want to do in the future or near future after you're studying?
After I'm done with my study, I think I will return to my home country, and I really want to work in Holland with Japanese people. Like when Japanese people come to Holland, like as tourists, they want to see a lot in Holland, of course. And I really want to guide them around and teach them things about Holland in Japanese. Yeah. So yeah, that would be one of my main goals. And also I want to help people studying Japanese when I'm in Holland. I want to give them my knowledge, like how they can easily find a good language school, how they can easily find like share houses and stuff. I want to give them tips how they can make life easier in Japan for themselves. And people who don't want to go to Japan but just want to study Japanese in Holland, but don't have the money to go to like universities or stuff, I would really like to help them to learn Japanese and stuff, to get the basics. So.
It's great. Yeah, thank you very much for taking your time.
You're welcome.
It would be great to collaborate with you in the future.
Thank you for asking me.